Welcome, everyone, to another amazing episode of Giselle's Healing Journey. Today's episode is called When Pain Becomes Your Teacher. And this isn't just a title, it's the truth of my own journey, my awakening, and the path that reshaped me into the woman I am today. So take a deep breath with me and let's begin. My healing didn't begin with self practices or spiritual disciplines. It began the day my mother passed away during COVID-19. The pain was unlike anything I have ever known. The kind of pain that shapes your identity, that fractures your sense of safety, and that makes you question God Himself. I remember asking, why? Why, God, would you give me a mother only to take her away? What's the purpose of love so deep if it becomes a wound so unbearable? And if you ever lost a mother, you will sympathize with my story. You will understand. It's a pain that no one prepares you for. It's a disconnect from the world, from yourself, from the version of you that existed before the loss. But I didn't know. I didn't know then that this unimaginable pain was the doorway to my awakening. After she passed, something within me cracked open. My intuition sharpened, my emotions deepened, my dreams turned into messages. Synchronicity started following me like quiet reminders that I wasn't alone. Grief broke me, but it also opened me. And through that opening, a light began to enter. But here's the part that most people don't talk about. Awakening doesn't start with healing, it starts with breaking. And before I was ready to heal, I ran from everything I felt. The pain I was experiencing was so overwhelming that instead of facing it, I started to drown myself in distraction. I began working more than ever, training more clients than my body could ever handle. 15 hours, days, sometimes longer, not because I was ambitious, but because silence terrified me. If I slowed down, even for just a moment, the grief would catch up to me. And I didn't want to feel the grief would catch me. I didn't want to face the emptiness. I didn't want to acknowledge the wound I was carrying. And then I started smoking, something I never thought I'd do. The pain was too heavy. The numbing felt easier than facing it. Smoking became my escape, my way of pressing pause on the emotions and suppressing everything that I didn't want to feel. I refused to feel everything in that moment. My way of keeping myself distracted enough to avoid breaking open. But here's the truth. Pain doesn't disappear because you ignore it. It wastes, it follows, it grows deeply inside of you. Everything changed that day. I finally broke. I couldn't keep up running. I couldn't keep up numbing. I couldn't keep pretending I was okay when I wasn't. I collapsed into a moment of surrender. I ran and cried out to God. Excuse me. I cry not because I'm still healing. I have healed everything that I needed. But I cry because I get so much peace and joy knowing that I finally healed that part of me that was so painful. It's just makes me feel liberated. I also pray that if you are in your season where you are also healing, I pray that you find yourself again. I pray that God assists you. I pray that God give you all the tools that you need because he has been the main character of my entire healing journey. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my story. Thank you for taking the time to allowing me today to share my healing journey. Thank you for all of you who have subscribed to this channel. I appreciate all of you. And I pray that everything that I allow myself to share assists you. And during this moment, I'm also thinking how many people struggle so much during their healing journey because the pain was so overwhelmed, the confusion was so overwhelmed. They lost themselves so deeply that they took their life away. So I want to take a minute just to honor those souls that are not here with us because they also face so many struggles, but they didn't have the strength. So let's take a minute to honor those souls. And during that moment where I collapsed into that moment of surrendering myself, and I ran and cried out to God. I cried out to God and I said, please, I can't do this anymore. Show me how to heal. Show me how to grieve. Show me, help me release this pain, this emotional garbage that I'm being holding, that is suffocating my soul. I'm being suppressing this pain for so long. So help me, God. And then in that surrender, something shifted. I made a choice, a real soul level choice to stop smoking, to come clean, to feel again, to pray again, to meditate again, and to return to my Creator. And in that silence, that first moment of true stillness, I heard God, a whisper, a soft whisper, so loving. I could only hear it because my heart had finally opened. God responded, I've been waiting and waiting for you. But you couldn't hear me, my daughter. You were too distant. You were too distracted, too buried in your suffering, in your pain. There was no space for me to enter. But now that you have returned to me, clean and willing, I can begin to heal you. Then the words that changed me so much. But that wasn't all. He says, it will be hard, my daughter, because you have to go through the same pain in order for you to heal it. You must surrender to that pain in order for you to understand what I am about to teach you. That was the beginning, not the pain, but the purpose behind it. And if you are listening and you feel the lost right now, if you're drawing in your own thoughts, if you disconnected from your own creator and you be numbing the truth, please hear me. Hear me out. You're not broken. You're not failing. You're not too far gone. I know it hurts. I know it's painful. I know you're sad. I know you are alone. I know you feel like you are. And you're hurting so much. And that pain is what's keeping you distracted to understand that God is on the other side waiting for you. But the moment you choose to surrender to that pain, the moment you stop running away, that's when God can finally reach you. Sometimes pain isn't a punishment. It's an initiation. It's a doorway to a deeper version of you. And 2 years after losing my mother, I became pregnant. And I wish I could say I was emotional ready, but awakening rarely awaits for a convenient time, honestly. I found myself grieving, healing, transforming, and creating life all at the same time. Pregnancy brought all wounds to the surface. Things that I thought I healed, but I didn't heal. Abandonment pain, inner child fears, emotions I thought I buried years ago. Awakening during pregnancy felt like being broken open while being rebuilt at the same time. And many people will tell you, awakening often happens after death of a loved one because death shakes the soul awake. Losing my mother opened the spiritual doorway, and pregnancy pushed me through it. I have to learn how to mother myself while preparing to mother my own child. I have to allow healing to change me. I have to allow God to enter into my heart and take away all the pain that I was holding so I could change the lineage that came after me. Pain became my teacher. And here is what it taught me. And I pray that this assists you on your own journey. Pain taught me that healing isn't forgetting, it's a transformation. That awakening is messy, but some days you rise and some days you fall. And that's okay. That our loved ones don't leave, they just shift into another form. That you can grieve and grow at the same time. And that your soul whispered truth long before the mind accepted. So, if you take anything from this episode, and I pray God you do, let it be. Let it be this. Your pain is not your ending. Your initiation. That's what's happening. It's your initiation. It's your teacher. Losing my mother shattered me, but it also awakened me. It brought me back to God. It brought me back to my Creator. It brought me back to myself. It prepared me for motherhood. It placed me on a path I never expected. But now, understands was always meant for me. I always thought that I was going through a punishment, but again, it was a way to understand that this was meant for me to happen, to bring me to where I am now, wiser, more prepared, more calm and collected, and with so much fire in my heart to continue pursuing my purpose in life. So when whatever your pain is at, whatever you are in your healing journey, remember this. When pain becomes your teacher, you also becomes your transformation. Thank you for listening. Up to the next episode of Giselle's healing journey.